What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to give you a good summary of why I feel we are at the bottom, especially considering there is a lot of indicators that are all pointing to the same thing. So I'm going to go through all that with you. In addition to, there was one thing that did come out, not necessarily a reason why to buy, but it definitely helps Lucid marketing and that aspect. But I'm going to go over all of that and at the end tie it all together with some technical analysis. But before I get into any of that, you guys know the deal. Smash your thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. And one final thing I want to bring to your attention, especially on red markets like this, take advantage of any discounts and promos that you can. And there is a new broker. Just by signing up, you get one free stock valued up to $3,500. Just deposit $1 and you get another free stock valued up to $3,500. And then the promo kicks in, you get one free share of NEO, which in reality is also at a substantial discount, and plus it's free. So make sure you take advantage of this promo. Link is in the description below. With that, let's get right to it. So looking at the chart, you can see we have gone down quite a lot, and yet right now I do strongly feel we are at a very pivotal point. We're going to do a little bit more in-depth technical analysis at the end, but there was one piece of news that did come out that I did find very interesting. Again, it's not really necessarily a reason why you need to buy Lucid, but I do find it is very beneficial for Lucid's marketing. So just looking at this, Steve Wozniak, we all know him as one of the co-founders of Apple, but he is also a very big fan of Tesla. So going through this, he recently did buy a Lucid vehicle, whereas he technically was always a big Tesla fan. So I'm going to say this exact same thing just at the end, just to kind of show and resemble what marketing can actually do. So I'm not necessarily going to go into this in depth 100%, but the Apple co-founder and longtime Tesla owner apparently just bought a new car from Elon Musk's new luxury rival, and obviously we know, Lucid. So when it comes down to it, what I'm expecting and why I see this as a good plus for Lucid's marketing is just reading it once again. So Apple's co-founder and longtime Tesla owner, you will see now Lucid owner. So when there is a lot more of these big name individuals buying Lucids, that is very beneficial for Lucid, and especially more so its marketing. And we all know as well, Orlando Bloom did buy one as well, so which is a huge deal. Especially this news made it to even non-EV, non-stock websites, everything. So I strongly feel that by doing so, this hits the broader masses, because as much as we love Lucid and we're very big Lucid fans, there's still a lot of people that don't know Lucid's name, and by getting a lot of these celebrities and big name individuals to own Lucids, it will ultimately help with its marketing. So I really do like that, and again, it's going back to the point where not necessarily a good reason why you need to buy Lucid, but this is just icing on top, if you want to call it that. But like I said, I do strongly feel we are at the bottom. I'm going to talk on several different points, one of which I'm just going to go over short information right now. So 1787 is a short interest, pretty stagnant from 1 week prior. Utilization is 100%. Cost to borrow is 13.58, which is relatively in line with what it was over the last couple of days. But yet, despite the green day in the market and kind of mixed results so far on Lucid, shorts are closing out the positions 2.04%, which works out to be 4.7 million shares being additionally returned. So I like this at the end of the day. Whenever shorts are closing out the positions, especially on a mixed day, that goes to show that they are very fearful of the bottom. And when it comes down to on that more so the technical front, we are at a very pivotal point. In addition to that, I just want to go over the live ticker to my left. So as you can see, it is finally green and staying green, up roughly about 1%, 16.8 million as far as volume, 55 the average, and 1 million as far as block volume. So institutions have still been getting into Lucid on a daily basis. Not as much as they have been prior, but still, they are still getting in, and I still really do like that. And unfortunately, I think retail investors are a little bit slow to the game. They need to be a step ahead of the game. They need to start seeing when institutions and big money are getting into a lot of these growth stocks and Lucid, because as much as us retail investors like to think that we have all the power, all the control, but it's ultimately big money that dictates where stocks go. And when it comes to Lucid more specifically, we all know it has a huge institutional presence, and we all know based on the previous chart on what it was. I'm going to go through that a little bit more in depth after as well. With big money getting in, the sky is the limit. And like I said, I just want to go over more so the technicals, because there's a lot of positives that is coming from that. So I'm just going to briefly show you this chart. So you can see there is a forecasted trend. It is for the most part pretty bearish, unfortunately, but here is a little bit more of an in-depth one. And you can see hypothetically we are in this range. It is assuming that we are going to continue to go down. Just going to show you here, like I've been saying for the last couple of videos, we are at a very pivotal point. 2159 is the S2, which in reality we are doing fairly well in comparison to other growth stocks. 2159 is ultimately our very strong support, and we did actually break that tentatively today a little bit. $20.49 was the low, but still, as far as overall technicals, it's at the end, and closing value is what usually dictates and what alters technical analysis. So this is a very pivotal thing. We have to close above this, and I strongly do feel even over the last 3 instances, we have bounced off of this and trended higher. In reality, I do see that as a very bullish signal, because the fact other growth stocks weren't so lucky. A lot of growth stocks are technically at the S3 right now, which shows a very bearish signal. And I do strongly feel as well, given even Lucid circumstances of where it's at, I personally do feel that there is going to be a value rally. And I just made up that terminology. I don't know if that's actually floating around, but Lucid has gone down such a significant amount. It is now a very big value play. So there's a different types of investors. There's growth investors, value plays, and there's other different attributes as well. I particularly am a very big value investor. So when it comes down to Lucid getting to these prices, it's going to incentivize me to get in, because it reduces the amount of risk, downside risk potentially. So this is where I see a lot of new investors that may have never heard of Lucid before are now going to be looking at Lucid. And not only that, they do have a fairly good balance sheet. They have more than enough cash. So theoretically, even if they do increase the interest rates, it's still going to be very incentivizing for a value investor to get into Lucid because of their balance sheet. So I really do like that, and even more so on the technicals though. So looking more so on the technical analysis, I have the 50, 100, 200 moving averages, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and momentum. So momentum, you can see number of buyers have been going up, so retail presence is starting to pick back up again. I really do like that, and especially I do strongly feel, like I said, a lot of people are under the impression that we are at the bottom. We all know tomorrow is a very big day because the Feds are going to be talking to dictate, see where the actual interest rates are going and what their guidance is going to be. But I strongly feel that right now Lucid already has the worst case scenario factored in. So if it is actually below that, then theoretically we should rally big time. So I do see a lot of people kind of factoring that in. Stochastic is relatively low, but still extremely oversold. RSI is also at 37, which is very low, very oversold. And even looking more so on the actual chart, still well below all the moving averages, but we have actually held and stayed off of the lower percentile of the Bollinger Band as far as the outer edge, which in reality is fairly good. Like I said, in comparison to other growth stocks, we are doing a lot better. Unfortunately, I'd like to say that a lot of you actually do care, but you guys don't really care. You don't care that other growth stocks are getting hit a lot worse than Lucid. You only necessarily care about Lucid, which is arguably correct as well. So it is what it is. I know unfortunately it going down as much as it has killed a lot of investor confidence, but still I do strongly feel that this right now is a very big value play, and a whole new rush of investors are going to be getting in, and that probably actually matches exactly what the momentum indicator, new number of buyers, is going back up. So I really do like that, and this is why right now, given all the circumstances, I feel Lucid is at the bottom. With all that said, let me know your thoughts on Lucid, and if you do think that this is the bottom, let me know. If you don't, let me know where you see Lucid going as far as an ultimate low. If you haven't, don't forget to smash the thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. Again, don't forget to take advantage of this deal. You might as well take as many free shares as you can. Link is in the description below to this. With all that said, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.